Wafula Chebukati's appointment of a 6-member project team to steer the fresh presidential election on Tuesday sparked off a bitter division, with at least 4 commissioners disagreeing with the decision as unilateral. The disagreement forcing a plenary meeting earlier today to resolve the stalemate, but even before settlement could be reached, another storm was unleashed. Chairman Chebukati had sent a 12-point memo to CEO Ezra Chiloba seeking answers on, among other things, why over 10,000 KIMS kits did not send scanned images of Forms 34A, why 595 polling stations never submitted presidential election results, and why a secure server was not set up to handle Forms 34Bs from the constituencies. In the letter, Chebukati wants Chiloba to explain how many voters were manually identified and why those identified using KIMS kits were never accounted for. Chiloba has been asked to give an account why 682 polling stations had the same number of rejected votes, while the KIMS kits GPRS features were switched off during the election. In the transmission of results from 11,000 polling stations that had no 3G and 4G network coverage, Chebukati wants Chiloba to explain failure to use satellite phones that had been procured at 848 million shillings. During the Supreme Court hearing, it was reported that Chebukati's account was used to access servers more than 9,000 times. Chebukati now wants explanation why the illegal account and action taken by Chiloba against 3 ICT officials led by Director James Mohati. After the Supreme Court ruling, Chebukati issued a statement promising action against culpable officials. Chiloba later sent a memo to the staff consoling them over the turn of events while absolving them. Chebukati now wants an explanation why Chiloba contradicted the Commission's position and also provide details of where forms procured from Al Ghurair for results transmission were taken. But in response to the heavy-worded letter, 5 commissioners have disowned Chebukati's memo, saying it was neither discussed nor sanctioned by the Commission's plenary that ideally should make such weighty decisions. Led by Vice Chair Consolat Nkada, the commissioners say Chebukati's memo relied on a report that has not featured in the Commission's meetings, while most of the issues raised are false. The commissioners, however, add that Chiloba-led secretariat is preparing a response to the memo for consideration by the plenary. While the statement cites Commissioners Nkada, Professor Abdi Gulie, Boya Molu, Margaret Mochanya and Dr. Paul Kurgat, Kurgat has since disowned the rejoinder. In a statement to Citizen TV, Kurgat says he was not consulted and the statement was released in his absence and without his knowledge. The IEBC divide would suggest only Commissioner Roslyn Nakombe backs Chebukati demands that effectively lay the blame for election annulment on the CEO's doorstep.
I only have bad news.
Sources say Chiloba is yet to respond to the memo, including on issues that demanded his immediate answers. Earlier, the commissioners met and reached budgetary estimates of between 8 and 13 billion shillings of financing the fresh presidential poll. It is the image of a commission with so much to deal with in its hands within a crisis. How it weathers the storms from itself and from outside sources will define its preparedness and ultimate handling of the fresh presidential poll. Sam Kichuku, Citizen TV, Nairobi.